You're joking, right?
Well, I'm trying to be hopeful. I'm trying to be optimistic about that.
Well, I guess you're too young to be a little pessimistic like me. The fucking things I see out there, people are stupid.
All right. Welcome back to America.
Thank you, Bronny. How you doing, buddy?
The land of the free, kind of.
Love that gay thing behind you.
Thank you. If people are just listening, they're gonna have no idea what you're talking about.
There's a guy with a big gay guy with a penis hanging out over your shoulder.
Yeah, now we're demonetized for this episode.
All right, just take that off. Bleep it.
No, it's fine. I'm just saying the algorithms, they like listen to the first 10 minutes of the episode, and then that's where they like listen for your stuff.
So you can bleep that.
No, we're uncensored here. On that.
What do we make? 99 cents if we did
From
it on YouTube?
YouTube, we make like $20 a month.
All right, I'll give you the $20. Don't worry about it.
It's not really a deal breaker. But
so why don't you tell people
you can hear that we're doing this over Zoom. So apologize for the poor quality, but whatever. You guys can handle it. But I'm recording from Hannah, my fiance's apartment, and she has this Care Bear painting. It's a giant Care Bear with Fendi logos in it, and then a giant ring.
Where's the Fendi logos?
Look, do you see? Look, see the FF? It's faint.
No, we don't see it.
Look. FF. See it right there? FF.
Oh, yeah. Who painted that?
Are you proud of me for knowing, or is that pretty gay to know the Fendi logo?
I thought it was like Fagala.
Okay, you can't really say that.
I'm teasing you.
Now we're definitely.
I'm only teasing. Ronnie, I'm gonna give you $20. Forget about the monetize.
The only reason I know the Fendi logos is because my fiance runs a like designer bag resale thing. So I'm doing every week I have
to flex.
No, it's called a shout out, not a flex.
And by the way, Hannah, don't go anywhere. We're not done with you. And by the way, you know about Fendi because of Mom. Beforehand, you know, since you're 4 years old.
But like, I'm a pro at designers now. She'll show me back. I'm like, oh, that's Balenciaga. Boom, know it.
See, everybody should be watching Zoom. They can see my beautiful future daughter-in-law if they were watching rather than just listening. Just saying.
Yes, they should watch.
They should watch. They're missing out.
Well, they always get to see this face.
I'm biased. Bronny's cute and handsome. All right, so what happened? What?
No, I said thank you.
So we'll get to me in a moment. So let's talk about, so you guys were gone, getting everything finalized and ready for the big wedding, which is 2 months away, right?
2 months.
Just about.
Over 2 months.
Husband and wife, before you know it.
It's crazy. Yeah.
So are you guys writing your own vows, or are you gonna have the priest do them for you?
The priest.
I'm joking.
We're not doing vows to everyone.
Yeah, we're gonna be traditional. Have the rabbi do it. If we want to do vows, I think we'll do it alone.
Nice.
Yeah. But we were in LA the last
Honey, you got to move over a little bit to your right. There you go.
We were in LA the last week, doing all like the finalizing all the wedding stuff.
You guys are so cute.
It was great. We were like, now I can picture the entire wedding, because before, you're just doing it over emails and stuff, and you're seeing pictures of stuff. It's harder, but now it's like we know exactly what all the food is going to be, what it tastes like. We know where everything is going to be laid out in the venue. We know what all the drinks taste like. Like we went to the bar, people's factory and tasted all the drinks, and so it's like all these things. I saw the plates and the napkins, and so it's like you can see it all now.
You mean the 400 custom plates your mom ordered?
Oh my god, yeah. And then everyone's gonna have to flip over the plates because she got a custom Beverly Hills on the bottom side of the plate.
Of course you guys did. Why wouldn't you? I expect nothing less.
Yeah, of course.
So you guys should definitely make sure you take a set of like 18 for yourself so you have it.
Sure.
Yeah.
And Nell told me that your mom's gonna give it to the caterer?
She's gonna give some of them to the caterer.
Because if you have hundreds, I like a set to have. Why not?
No,
Sure.
Of course. No, it's going to
you get a set. You get a set.
Everyone gets a set. She's just gonna give the remainder to the caterer because he said he wanted some. And
Yeah, give the chipped ones to the caterer.
exactly.
All right. Well, 2 months is nothing. You're gonna be husband and wife. You guys excited?
Yeah,
Very
and
excited.
next weekend is my bachelor party and her bachelorette party. they're separate. We're not doing joint ones, but they happen to fall on the same weekend.
Well, that makes sense, right? So this way you're
But it
not
just
apart.
kind of,
So,
we didn't plan it that way. It was just coincidental. It just
Yeah,
worked
but
out
it's
best for
great
everyone.
timing.
Yeah.
and where you guys gonna live?
We're figuring that out right now. We don't currently live together, for those listening, because not everyone knows. I don't know. But we're like currently looking. The problem is it's like it's hard. You know, I have a full-time job in air quotes in law school. She literally has a full-time job as a job. And then we're also planning the wedding. And then it's like we have to plan a move. So we've
But we will
just
be moving
started.
in together.
Yeah.
So I think we'll move in.
We'll be moving in together 3 years into the marriage.
No, it's exciting stuff, guys. And by the way, everyone, when everyone's busy, you're gonna do it. You'll go on the weekends, you do what you got to do, and you'll find a nice place.
Well, luckily Hana's place is like easy. So if we don't find a place that we're both
But
like,
that's true. That's right. That's true. That's
if we don't
right. So
find a
there's
place
no.
that we're like, oh, we're ready to move in, we're like right, you know, the day after the wedding, boom, we're ready to
I
move in.
forgot about that. I forgot. Yeah, there's no.
We can
rush.
always
You're
just
right.
we can always just temporarily stay here until we find the right place.
And I think it'll be
You're-
fun to have something to look forward to after we get married. Like we have the wedding now to look forward
Right,
to.
there's
and then
nothing to
we'll
look
have-
forward to after the wedding.
No, we'll have something now.
No, but I agree. I completely. I don't know why I zoned out, but you're right. You have your place, so it's a no brainer. I
Yeah,
mean, there's
yeah.
no. You guys in good shape.
And we'll keep this up on the wall. Her
No.
whole apartment is so pink and girly. Like I'm gonna have to.
There's a few things we'll have to get rid of
A
before
few.
you
So-
move in so that it's acceptable for you to be here.
Thank you.
Like the heart on the wall.
Yeah, I mean, there's a heart on the wall. There's purple or pink gumballs right here. There's this pink thing. There's
Yeah,
a
I don't think.
donkey right
But,
there.
but why would you care if it's temporary? It doesn't.
No,
don't
I
think
really
it's-
don't. And I like all of her stuff, and she keeps it all very nice and clean. So hey, I'm fine with it.
She's very meticulous. I agree.
Yeah.
So you both must be so excited.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we literally though we were in LA, and one of the things like that we had to check off the list was getting the actual wedding rings. You know, it was like almost something we forgot about. And so we went downtown LA, like the jewelry district, and we went to like a jeweler that her parents have worked with. So it was like, you know, reputable, and you know, we know we're like, you know, keeping it in the family, if you will.
Right.
And so her mom drove us down there, and we were downtown LA, and the courthouse was right across the street from the jewelry building. So it was like, okay, we have the rings right now. I have them in my hand. We have a witness. Your mom's right here, and the courthouse is literally right there. Like we can get married right now. And she was just like, like.
I think your dad would kill you after all the shit you put him through and the expenses if you did that.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
And he'd be so pissed that he wasn't there. No,
No, we would
it
never
it would never be
we
acceptable.
would never
I
do
know,
it. But
I didn't even know.
But it's just like almost at
My
this
mom
point,
was like,
Yeah,
oh,
she was like, okay.
let's do it.
you know, it's just like you are planning something every day, or at least like talking about it every day.
Right.
Then I'm just like, okay, I want to do it. You know, I just want it like that. I
Well,
want
you've
that
gone
day to
this
be
far. You've gone this far. It's gonna come by. It's gonna go by very, very quickly. It's gonna be a lot of fun, and you'll be husband and wife. How exciting is that?
Yep, crazy.
Wow.
And she's already like, so when can we have kids after we're married? I'm like, whoa, okay, relax.
I think it's all good stuff. We're so pumped. You
Yeah.
guys make such a cute couple. It's so nice. You're just beginning all these great memories and chapters and experiences, and you're going to be building, expanding both sides of the family's family tree. And as long as everybody's healthy, that's really all that matters. And you guys, it's fucking awesome. It's going to be great. I'm so happy for the two of you guys.
Yeah,
Seriously,
really
it's
exciting.
it's so it's so nice. I don't want to get all teary-eyed, but it's just awesome shit. This is what good stuff, considering all the sorrows in the world and all the shit going on, and you guys just look fucking great. You guys are great and pumped, totally pumped. I'm excited to share in the festivities, the memories, and it's just so awesome. But just mom and I looking forward to the future, you guys, and watching you guys grow and get closer and raise your family and experiences, and for us to share in that. And that's, you'll see one day when you're a parent, that's all you ever ask for. You just want your kids to be happy, find someone that they love each other, and to be healthy and just grow, and just sit back and watch it, and just it's going to be we're going to enjoy it, watching you guys enjoy your life. So we're very happy for you guys. We really are.
It's also nice.
Yeah.
We were literally just talking about it before we hopped on this, because we were just talking about like a couple of wedding things that we got emails for today, whatever. And we were yesterday afternoon. We met up with Bryce and Julia and then a couple other friends. They were just like, we just ate lunch outside in Brickell and then just ended up like sitting outside for 4 hours, just like talking, through
How
the
nice is that?
yeah, from like 2 to 5 or 6. We were just like hanging out outside. It was very nice. But for a while, all of them were like, we didn't even bring it up. They were all talking about the wedding and like, ooh, what are they gonna wear? When are they going out? What are they like? Ooh, what's the band gonna like? They were talking for like an hour about how excited they are for the wedding. And I was like, it's so nice, like that, all the people in our lives that we care about are like
planning for this weekend.
Yeah, and they're like just so excited to
Yeah.
celebrate and have like celebrate us. It's just really nice. It's fun.
We're already
Well-
excited, but to hear that from other people was so nice, especially
Yeah,
if
like
we
we-
weren't planning it.
No, I get it. Well, first of all, like we were at Susan Chambers' birthday party yesterday up in Palm Beach, and she and Marsh like we're so excited. We booked our tickets and our hotel. We're flying out there. So look, you guys are good people. People love you guys. Your friends, Hannah, your parents' friends have known you since you're little. Same with Bronson on our side. So yeah, the people that it means something to us and care about you and want to get to know you, Hannah, they're going to be there and share it with you, and that's what it's all about. And it's good, happy occasions and great memories, and we're pumped to share it. We're pumped to be there. You guys, like I said, have so many great things ahead of you, and just love one another, support one another, and just be careful and stay healthy, and that's the most important thing. And yeah, it's so Mom and I. Looking back, when you get older, you talk about these things, you think about these things, you think about mortality. At least I do more than women. Men think more about it at our age, a little more like how quick life is, I guess, than women do. But you have so many great things ahead of you guys. Just enjoy the journey because it's all about that journey. And it goes so fast. Yeah, I mean, it's all good stuff. It's all good stuff. It's gonna be one big party. It's gonna be a good, couple of days of just festivities in your honor to celebrate you two guys and just enjoy it because it's gonna go by. Your wedding's gonna fly by.
Oh my God.
The
Even
rehearsal.
like, it's gonna fly by from right now. Like not even just that weekend.
I know, but I'm telling you, remember that engagement party, all the prep that went to it, and that was not even nearly what the wedding is.
Boom,
And that lasted. I mean, my pain of my back and my feet for 2 days later lasted longer. But that night flew by. There were people the next morning. I literally that were at that engagement party. I didn't even acknowledge, say hello to. I had to text the next morning and say, "I'm so sorry." That's what a whirlwind it is. It's crazy.
Yeah.
So just enjoy it. It's all good stuff. It's all good stuff.
All right,
We're
speaking of, she has thank you cards that she needs to write for gifts that people have been giving us. Yes, they're signed. They're signed, the both of us, but she is the one writing them because no one wants my handwriting on them at all.
And nobody cares about thank you notes, but I know you have to do it.
No,
You have
they
to.
do.
I
No, you
think,
have to.
I think if you got a thank you note, you wouldn't think about it one way or the other. But if mom didn't get a thank you note from someone
She would think about it for sure.
that she like was important to her and she bought a gift, I think she would be like, that was wrong.
No, you're doing the right thing. I'm just saying, I get it. You have to do it.
I know. And it's so annoying. We've been like trying to knock out 10 a night or whatever. And I'm sure after the wedding, it's going to be even crazier, but we're just trying to get ahead of it.
So did Bryce tell you about the trip?
He told me a lot, but tell the
Did he tell you about the drive in the van?
No.
All right. So we rent this first of all, we had a great trip. We missed you guys, but we understand.
You were in Italy.
We're in Italy. We're in the Tuscany area, Gubbia, Umbria. We did that truffle hunting. It was all great. Great trip, great time. Julia, love Julia. Mikhail, such a sweet, nice girl. Brooke and her a little funny.
Yeah, we don't need to talk. I don't know if we should talk about all that on the
No, I'm just saying, but really nice girls. I was so glad that
they clearly love each other. That's what we'll say.
Yeah, yes. But no, what I'm saying, but really nice girls, got to know them, it just was a nice time. I mean, I worked more than I really wanted to, but it is what it is. So we rent a van. It was like a Ford van the size of like, let's say a Sprinter. It's so.
And the
we go there.
Narrow.
You have no fucking clue. Let me tell you something.
I drove when we were in Italy 2 years ago. I drove on those roads. I didn't drive a van on them.
No, I'm telling you. let's forget about the roads. We'll talk about the medieval villages in a moment. Okay.
Oh my God, yeah.
No, oh my God, I can't even begin
Do
to.
you remember Dan had to get out of the car and John Watson had to maneuver it down in that village? Remember that?
No. I explained to you, it was far worse. You need to ask Bryce when you see him how proud you would be of me that I fucking killed it. I was so good in those streets.
So like National Lampoon Christmas Vacation or European Vacation, like you guys are so American, renting a van to drive around Italy.
No, you don't understand. Wait, I
and
gotta
then
explain this to
complaining
you.
about how the streets are too small.
Wait, I gotta explain something to you. So we go ahead, and when I rent the car budget, she's like, "Do you want full coverage?" I'm like, I don't know. I think I'm covered on Amex. But so I'm like, after negotiating, I'm like, all right, full coverage means anything I hit, anything goes wrong, it's fully insured. Well, one of the best things I've done in my life, because I smacked that car up.
What,
like
into
it was
walls and shit?
Walls, like a deer hit the side of my van. Like,
deer?
Yeah. Listen, you don't understand.
Did you kill it?
No. Listen. First of all, we didn't get home every night till like 10:30 at night. So I'm driving a stick shift. I haven't drove a stick shift in 2 years, but I fucking did great. I'm literally patting myself on the back. That's how well I did with the fucking.
They don't
van,
have a lot of like lights on the roads.
No. The roads are dead. Okay, there's no lights. So we're driving back, and it's every drive is 2.5 hours. So I'm old guy. I'm exhausted. Plus, my night vision is not as good as the day.
Bryce said that you were falling asleep at every meal, at the meal.
I was tired.
Bryce said that at a lunch or a dinner, you're falling asleep at the dinner table. That's grandpa shit.
No. I need to explain something to you. Let's step back for a minute. And you're not a lawyer yet, but Hannah can understand this. Every night, they're in bed by 10:30, 11 o'clock. I was up till 1:30 a.m. every single night doing work. I'm up at 6:45, 7 o'clock. We leave every day at 9 a.m. We don't come back till 10:30.
And you're doing stuff all day.
No, let me explain. No, let me just go in. Every one of them falls asleep in the car for a 2-hour drive. I'm concentrating on that fucking road, trying to find. I almost hit a what do you call it? A porcupine?
They have porcupines in Italy? Wow.
Yeah, we were fucking blown away. Stop short. Wait, I almost hit a deer that ran in front of me, and I stopped. But then the second deer hit the side of my car. Okay, and every one of them are sleeping the entire time, and I am concentrating. So imagine 4.5, 5 hours round trip drive every day. Number one, that's what I'm doing. Number two is going nonstop. Number three, going to bed at 1:30. Going. I'm tired.
Yeah, I'm understandable.
I can't do it. I'm exhausted. So we go to these medieval villages, Brian, where the streets look like sidewalks. Bronson, first of all, I pulled out of a parking garage. The whole right side I dented in the wall. But I didn't care because I had full coverage. The deer has to be full coverage.
The deer hit you.
Listen, the deer hit me. That's the truth. That's the gods are.
I killed the cat driving in Italy when
I killed the cat. I know. That's when you fucked up when you fell off your scooter.
No, well, I fell off a Vespa, but then I also hit a cat when I was going to get a bottle of Aperol Spritz for mom.
Listen, I remember that. So wait,
killed the cat.
So there's two deer, and these are windy fucking roads, Brian. The roads are scary. Now, it's one thing if I was in my sports car and it was my car. This is like a Ford church van. It's
probably like not, you don't feel like you're on the road.
No, you can't. First of all, it's not a handling car, and these are windy roads, and it's stick shift, and it's nighttime, and my visibility sucks, and my depth perception nighttime. Some nights it rained at nighttime, and they're all sleeping, and I'm and I'm in pain. So
it's literally like European Vacation, like Clark Griswold.
Yeah. But so we stop in these medieval villages. I'm driving through these things that look like sidewalks, but they're streets. Bronson, when I tell you inches, like this much each side, I killed it. I was nervous, but I did it. And it was so great. So even though I was falling asleep and tired, I got to tell you, but you understand the reason why. If I fell asleep 2 hours in the car each time, and then the worst part, they all go to bed and I went to this big villa, and it's almost like on 2,500 acres, and this huge villa with a drive that looks like the Werewolf of London's coming out, and it's midnight and 1 o'clock in the morning. Everybody's sleeping, and it's just me, and I'm at my laptop, and the Wi-Fi sucks. So I'm still working on my hotspot on my phone, and it's so slow, and I'm doing shit. So I finally go to bed at 1:45 every night, and then we're out by 8:30. I am exhausted, exhausted. So you understand, so we could tease me all day long, but yeah, if I was able to go to sleep 4 hours in the car rather than driving, I would be fully awake. But it was a
Yeah,
great
no,
trip,
fair.
great time. Got to know the girls better. Lot of fun. I think the boys had a good time. And
Bryce was
we
bragging to me about the plate that he bought.
so
He was
cute.
like, I bought, because I asked him, I go, oh, did you get anything cool? I was expecting to say olive oil, salami, like Bryce, typical Bryce stuff. He goes, I bought a plate. I was like,
That was a
he was
big
showing
thing
me
for
pictures of it.
well, you can't open until they move in together. It was like a joint thing. That
Yeah.
it was cute. It was like the first thing they bought as a couple in the first travels. So he did get he got a little knife. He did get the sausage. Went back to remember Umbria.
Yeah.
Remember that couple. So you got that dry. So you got to see this.
I it's all in my apartment. I've seen it all.
Right. So you saw the photos,
Yeah.
and he's it was really a great trip. It was a lot of fun, good family time. Um, but yeah, late night, like mom, everyone was afraid to go into the kitchen at night at an industrial kitchen because it's like eerie,
Yeah.
this huge villa. And so yeah, so I was up late
It's like a
nights
little
and that.
too much room.
It was a big place. It was meant for 8 people, all of
And the
us.
stuff there's old too.
But it was redone, so everything was nice and clean and new. So it
No,
was all
but
it was,
not even that, but like old buildings just have like a different feeling than new buildings.
high ceilings. It was
Yeah.
very. I'm in the dining room doing because that's where I was able to get to work on my hotspot, and the dining room was huge. Like I mean, huge seating areas, whatever. But it was fun. Good to be back. But it was definitely a good time, and I think they all had a good time. They were all appreciative, and now we're back till the next trip.
Yeah.
Till the next trip. Hey, so what were we gonna say? I'm
No,
sorry. Go
nothing.
ahead.
Go ahead.
I thought I can't take you serious with that gay rainbow behind you.
The rainbow is literally coming out of my neck.
Yeah, anything. And then so you heard Rosie O'Donnell and Ellen DeGeneres moved.
Yeah, Ellen moved like the day after Trump.
And that's like a great thing. Like, who gives a shit?
It's better for the country.
Yeah, it's so I was watching that the other day.
Ellen moved because she was like, everyone hated her here. And then she just used the excuse of Trump.
She's still doing her show or no?
No, she stopped it years ago because she had got so much like negative backlash.
She's an asshole.
Yeah, because she literally sucks.
Right. So what's going on? Happening with you?
With me, I just recap. We can talk about what's happening with the world. There's a lot of stuff going on.
Law school's almost done this semester.
I've got a month and a half ish.
When do you start your new job?
June, the first week of June, whatever that date is, whatever that Monday is.
So May 25th.
I'm gonna go from the wedding. The wedding's May 25th, and then AJ's one of my best friend's bachelor parties is the weekend after the wedding, and then work starts that Monday. So it's just gonna be like boom, 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 boom.
Welcome to my world, bro. It's called welcome to being an adult.
Yeah. No,
It's exciting.
It's fun stuff. Wedding, best friend's bachelor party, new job. Like it's all great stuff.
Very exciting.
Yeah.
Very excited.
Yeah.
So, what else? So let's talk. What's going on in the world? I've been in Europe for the past 8 days.
Let's see. Do I have any Europe stuff? No, I don't think so. I mean, there's been like a lot. We never talked about this is just happened the last day, the update, but we never talked about the International Space Station astronauts, did we? You know how like
I know nothing about it. So yeah.
You don't know how they were stuck up there, or do you?
I know, but yeah, that was a while ago, wasn't it?
Well, so they went up there 8 months ago.
Imagine being there like that long.
They went up on Boeing like had a rocket, a capsule that they were like, this was their first flight. They sent up these 2 astronauts, and then
from where, America?
Yeah, 2 American astronauts. They made it to the International Space Station. They were supposed to stay there for 8 days and then come home. NASA was like, Boeing's been having all these issues. And they were like, this Boeing spacecraft is not safe enough to bring the astronauts home. So we are not allowing them to do it. So this capsule was just like docked at the International Space Station. They've been there for 8 months.
Man and woman?
Yeah, one man, one woman. They were supposed to be there for 8 days, and they've been stuck in space for 8 months.
Was there anyone else with them or just the two of them?
No, I think it was just the two of them in the space station. No, there must have been more because there's always someone in the International Space Station. It's never empty. So they couldn't have gone up there and it would have been empty. So there must have been someone else there. But they were stuck there for 8 months. And apparently now it's come out like SpaceX launched a rocket a couple days ago and it arrived. So today's Monday. Happy St. Patrick's Day, by the way, I guess.
Right.
It arrived yesterday. So like 5 astronauts now joined them on the International Space Station. They'll stay for a few days and then that capsule will bring those two home. Apparently Elon went on Rogan a couple weeks ago and he was like, I wanted to send up a rocket months ago, right after they were stuck there. We could have easily sent up a rocket and brought them home. But apparently Biden, because it was when Biden was president and Elon was, in Team Trump, Biden and told NASA to not let them send it up it was literally for political reasons.
I will believe that.
Yeah. And then so today they had yesterday they had a whole press conference up, with the astronauts in the space station. And they were like, thank you to Trump and Elon. We're so grateful for you guys to be bringing us back home. But they were like told, do not talk about Elon. Do not talk about Trump. Like fucked up.
How evil is that?
It's just like, why is that a political thing? Like everyone should be on board with bringing astronauts home. They're stuck there.
Because that's just the way that the left is. That's the problem. Well, you drinking water out of a plastic bottle?
Yeah, so Hannah's water, she gets like water delivered and because we were away and so she like paused it and it hasn't been delivered yet. So we got a couple of these.
So the water she gets delivered comes in plastic and you put it into a metal container.
It's not ideal. I'd rather drink from the tap. And she's like, no, drink from the water.
Wow.
She just took her headphones out. She's like, what are you talking about?
You can't drink from the tap. It's not clean.
The taps aren't clean either because it's like you get all the rust and the chemicals from that. But I do unfortunately drink from tap in her apartment.
So it's amazing that Elon Musk it's like an Uber for him. I'll just send you the
but it's
plate,
amazing that we're at that point in like space travel. It used to be like it would take 10 years.
Major preparation.
Now it's like literally they can launch them. They just need like a week of prep to launch.
Isn't that amazing? And what I find more amazing, how the fuck do they get home? That part is unbelievable.
Well, they just kind of fall. But now the crazy thing is they fall, and then the rocket the Falcon rockets land themselves, but then the starships, which is what Elon's plan is to like bring us to Mars, like it can go that far and it can bring 100 people on the ship, something like that. It's a huge ship. Have you seen it when it lands? There's a machine that has 2 arms like this, and it catches the rocket and then brings it down. It's literally like you're watching a sci-fi show.
Sci-fi movie.
It's crazy.
It is unbelievable technology. It's truly, he thinks it, imagines it, and then builds it, which is the implemented is truly remarkable.
Yeah, and the fact that like they can, just turn around the rockets and do it again in like a week, it just makes it so much cheaper that it's like, who knows what the world is going to be, if we can just, back in the day when planes first came around, it was extremely expensive and extremely difficult to fly in a plane. Now it's like everyone is flying all over the world all the time. It's like the whole world is connected. Yeah. People wake up in one country and go to dinner in another country on the other side of the world. And that's
what we did. That's what we did.
It's like pretty normal. It's not.
Right. We're not phased at all by it.
Even 10 years ago to now, I feel like travel has changed because it's just gotten cheaper. I feel like 10 years ago, going to Europe was still like, it was kind of still, or even anywhere, going to Asia, it was like special.
Right. Europe now, it's no big deal.
Right. Everyone just goes because it's inexpensive. So it's like, what's that going to be like if, everyone just goes to the moon? Like, that's so fucking crazy. It will be like that eventually. It will.
I won't be alive.
I don't know. The craziest stat in the history of humankind is that we went from never flying, like the first plane ever, to landing on the moon in 60 years. 60. That's well within one person's lifetime. there was a person that was a teenager and watched the first ever plane fly, and then they were in their 70s and they saw a human land on the moon. That's insane.
I think the whole technology is truly remarkable what they can do.
We really stagnated with technology. When you put that into perspective, 60 years to go that grand, and then now it's like 20 years ago, the iPhone kind of looked the same as it does now. TVs kind of look the same as they do now. Computers kind of look the same. Like, we've really stagnated with that, in my opinion. The iPhone has looked the same for a full decade. Very minimal changes, very minimal.
No, but the Porsche 911 style's been the same for like 50 years, but technology is far superior.
The technology inside, but from year to year, like, I bet your Porsche and a Porsche that's 8 years older than it are probably like comparable in their technology. One doesn't feel drastically older. There's no way it does. But in the 70s, a car from 71 and a car from 79 were probably drastically different cars.
I guess there's only so much you can keep doing to improve.
That's the worry, right? Is like, have we perfected the phone? Have we perfected the computer? Like, how much thinner can you get? And that, like, you can't get faster. The phones are already as fast as your fingers can move. So, but then it's like, that's kind of depressing. Like, have we just perfected technology? Is it gonna?
No, so now they're doing AI shit. There's always the things evolving.
Yeah, AI will be crazy. Also, apparently, Microsoft 2 or 3 weeks ago said that they cracked quantum computing. So, like, quantum computing, I think we've talked about it before, but it's basically just like, have you heard of, like, I guess the only way you would have heard of it is like, in Ant-Man, they talk about like going to the quantum realm, and it's like they go really, really minuscule, and time acts differently there, right? So there is like quantum physics is the idea of like, I don't really fully know a lot about it, but it's like working in a plane of existence that's even smaller than atoms. So it's just like a whole different realm. Like,
I don't comprehend it.
No, me neither. But like, basically, my rudimentary idea of it is like, our computers work on ones and zeros, right? Like binary, and they work with our computer chips, and they're limited to kind of like 1 and 0 in the binary code. And so they've gotten much faster, but like, they only can get so fast because our chips can only get so good. The idea of quantum computing is like, it's like working in that realm. It's like your computer chip is accessing data that's smaller than just 1 and 0, so it can do a lot more, and it can be a lot faster. And
All right, so go ahead.
And apparently, if we can crack quantum computing, then it's like the whole world will change, because like,
then we're in the Matrix.
Yeah, well, it's like, we think the stat is they went to the moon, or like NASA went to the moon with a computer that was, your phone is 100 times more powerful than the computer that they went to the moon for. It's like, if like quantum computers will be trillions times more powerful than the phone and the computers we have.
So between this conversation and your background, I feel like I'm tripping.
But literally 2 weeks ago, Microsoft was like, we cracked quantum computing. So how there was the idea of, not the idea, there was the physics of 3 states of matter: solid, liquid, gas.
Right.
Microsoft was like, we invented a new state of matter. I don't know what they called it. And they're like, that is what we're using to access this quantum computing. And they did it. It's not out to the public yet, but apparently all the scientific papers were like, they fucking did it. So who knows where that's going to go? But that's just a little science of the day for you.
Thanks, Bill Nye.
But the idea of like, there's a great show for anyone who is looking for a good sci-fi show. It's called Devs. It's on Hulu. The idea of it is they built a quantum computer in that show. And
so DEVS?
Yeah. So the thing with AI, that's like, the only limiting factor for AI is we don't have enough computer power to like power it. If we can get more and more computer power, the AIs can get more and more, smart and crunchy.
Yeah, not necessarily so good.
I agree with you. But the idea of this show, which is really interesting, and it's definitely worth a watch, it's only like 8 episodes total. Mark Zuckerberg type, who runs a huge Google type company, he has a secret program where he's developing a quantum computer, and they do like the idea is his belief is if I can invent this quantum computer, then I can basically like time travel, because if you have enough data and the computer can crunch enough data, you can see into the future and into the past. Because like, it's like basically also like there's no free will. Like, everything happens because it's predetermined kind of idea. So the show like goes into that, but through the idea of a quantum computer. Very interesting. It's worth the watch. But yeah, I don't know how we got onto that.
Interesting. Above my way my brain works.
Me too, honestly. Me too. That's the science stuff for the day. We can get into the politics stuff.
So the people are coming home.
What people? Oh yeah, the astronauts. I think they're coming home in a couple days now.
Their bodies must be all fucked up with no gravity.
Yeah, it like
Is there gravity in the station? In the
no, they float around and shit.
Why do they do that?
They have to. It would to make gravity in space, you'd have to have like a contraption that makes gravity, and it's just not worth it. I think the station would have to spin so fast that it would create its own gravity.
How do they breathe? It's no problem breathing up there?
They have oxygen tanks. And they keep having to replenish. I bet they have a system that makes oxygen, because you just like makes air, but there's no air in space. They have to make it, or they have to bring it up on space on rockets.
The technology's amazing. How they even built that fucking station up there? Isn't that amazing?
Is that they built that station in like the 80s, and people have been up there ever since.
How many square feet is it under air? Do you know?
No, but let's look it up. ISS size. It's about the size of a football field. That's huge. Floating in space, and people live there.
How do they build that?
And it's never been empty. So like the fun, stat from that is that ever since it was built, which was like it was finished in the 80s or the 90s or something, I don't know. The human race, the human species has never not like since then hasn't been fully on Earth, because there's always been humans that have lived not on Earth. Just a pretty cool thing to think about.
That is a pretty cool thing.
Yeah.
It still is amazing they can build it. It really is. It's amazing.
What's amazing is that in the 80s, they had the fucking space station. No, not the space station. What was the rocket, like the Columbia and the Challenger? What were those called? The space. What were those called?
What was the Challenger?
Yeah, it was the space station. They were called a space
Yeah,
station.
yeah.
It was literally a plane, and it took off. It took off like a rocket. The top opened up. They were able to do all this work on the International Space Station, and then it fucking landed on a runway in LA. Like, that's so cool.
Yeah, isn't that wild?
It's so cool that they did that in the 80s, and like people don't. Well, it also was very dangerous. Like a lot of people died, and then they blew up a lot.
But it was James Bond. There was Moonwalker was a James Bond movie. You ever see that one?
No.
You would like it. That was the one with the space station, the big. Yeah, you would like Moonwalker.
James Bond went to space.
There was a Moonwalker. Let me look it up. 1 minute. It's called James Bond Moonraker.
Okay.
1979.
I'll watch it.
You'll like it. It's definitely it's definitely going. The guy Richard Kiel, Kiel, is the villain.
I don't know who that is.
He's a beast.
So you know how a couple weeks ago we were talking about how like the president of El Salvador said you can send like prisoners to us.
Yeah,
so the first plane arrived yesterday, like last night. The first plane of American gang members who were actually American. They're from other countries, but they were in America. The plane landed. I'll show you the video. I have it. It is wild.
Show it to me. I want to see it.
Like, it's just crazy that that's actually happening. Apparently, some federal judge was like, Trump's not allowed to do this, but the plane already
landed. I heard about that.
The plane already landed. The prisoners are already in the jail. Let me see. Share. Wow. Let me get it up. Here, share screen. Can you see this? Hold on, it's loading.
Not yet.
Loading.
Okay, I see your.
This is
your
from the
ex.
president of El Salvador. It says, today, the first 238 members of the Venezuelan criminal organization Tren de Aragua arrived in our country. They were immediately transferred to CCOT, the Terrorism Confinement Unit, for a period of 1 year, which is renewable. The U.S. will pay a very low fee for them, but a high one for us. And then he keeps going on. But look, watch his video. Let's see. I wonder if you can hear.
Can you make a bigger screen?
Is that working for you?
There you go. Yeah, it's better. Let me see.
Can you hear that?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's the army. I can't hear anything, but I see it. Cool truck. 1 minute. This is like Air Con, whatever you call it, Con Air.
Look at all this. Each person, for those listening, each person is taken off the plane in handcuffs with their head shaved. There's hundreds of soldiers. They're loaded instantly into an armored car.
Strapped into a chair. Oh, these guys, yeah, they're fucked.
Look at all the soldiers.
Yeah, fuck them. Get them off our streets, right?
Yeah, let's see. I think here's them arriving into the prison. This is the prison. Look at all of them in the bus. Look at all the buses.
Wow, it's amazing someone videotapes it. It's so scary, isn't it?
El Salvador created this video.
1 minute.
And I guess I can turn the sound off now at this point.
One second.
They're all getting their heads shaved. All their facial hair is getting shaved.
Yeah, I love it. Wow.
It's just wild. So these are Venezuelan citizens. They're not Americans. And they're part of a terrible gang. And they were causing violence in America. And now they're not American anymore.
Fuck them. Seriously, fuck them all. 1 minute. Nice buses.
The El Salvadoran government has pumped a lot into this prison. This guy just looks like he would serve good tacos at the corner.
They're all in shackles. Oh, yeah, they're screwed. The shackles are so short they can't even stand up straight. They have to bend down purposely.
Yeah.
That's purposeful. Very smart, isn't it, to do that?
The whole thing's crazy.
No, but you know how you know how the legs, there's that chain that goes from the legs to the hands, and it's usually so they can stand up straight. It's shorter, so you have to bend down. Very smart.
Yeah. Just keeps them uncomfortable, I guess. And then
they can't run away.
Yeah. And then the White House posted this video today, which is like, it's so
that's
weird.
Scary.
So then the White House, let me get this back.
Don't commit a crime, people.
So the White House posted this video with the caption, and this is the official White House. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. And then they tagged Customs and Border Patrol.
I love it.
They're showing the people being loaded onto the plane.
Yeah, they're all losers.
Look at this. This is like...
I love it.
Isn't that crazy? Like, it just...
I think it's great.
But it's just so funny that we're living in a time where the White House is like making internet memes about deporting criminals. Like, it's just so weird.
But if social media is such an important medium, right, to whatever, it does send a fucking message, and I think it's huge. And everybody sees this. So I think it's a huge thing to do. And, it's about time that not only are they doing stuff to deterring people from committing crimes, and they're taking action. I think it's fucking great.
Yeah.
And that guy, Tom Holman, is that his name?
Yeah. Is it Tom? Holman is definitely his last name.
Yeah, he's killing it. I think he's doing a great job.
Yeah. It's just crazy it's just crazy stuff.
You never think you'd see it in your lifetime, right?
No, for real.
But then again, Trump's being transparent on everything.
Yeah.
He is.
Yeah.
Which is what you wanted as a government, transparency.
Yes, 100%. I want everything to be like fully out in the open. And they definitely are focusing on that. Trump today actually just said that the JFK files are going to be released tomorrow.
So this is when Kennedy was shot?
Yes, because the whole thing, it was like an inside job. Well, we don't know officially, I guess, but we'll find out.
But it's so shit. Like, what a waste. Like, this is years ago. Wasn't this in the 60s?
It was 1963. November
Right. So
22nd,
like this is
1963.
80 years later.
So the reason,
No,
yes,
60 years later. 60.
40, 50, yes, over 60, yeah, 62 years. The reason that they say like they keep them classified for a certain amount of time is because there's like, if you release the files and there's someone's name in there, and then they were like, it can cause danger to some people's lives. So now they wait a certain amount of time, and they're like, everyone involved is dead, so there's no danger at anymore. The thing is, like, they should have like released them 10 years after. I understand how the government needs to keep something secret for a little bit of time for national security reasons, or whatever. Like, I understand 10 years, fine, keep it.
So what do you think it's gonna show?
I don't think it's going to show anything, to be honest, because I think they're so scrubbed, and I think everyone like knows a lot of it now. I think if like I really want to see the file. We talked about this, but I want to see the Trump assassination attempt files.
I remember you saying that, yeah.
That
or the Jeffrey Epstein files.
Yeah, it seems like
or the P Diddy files would be nice.
At this point, it seems like we're not getting the Epstein files like they promised, because it's been weeks now since we last talked about it. Like, nothing has come. But I don't know. We'll see.
Wow, those criminals, their lives are over.
Yeah, good. They chose to be in these gangs.
Oh no, I agree. They kill people. They're bad people.
Oh my God. Yeah, I think they have to kill people just to become part of the gang. And then they're killing people every day by selling all these drugs throughout the country.
Terrible. So what do you got going the rest of the week?
School, and then I have my friend's wedding this weekend.
That's in Miami, right?
Yeah, that'll be fun. Because like a bunch of people are probably flying in for it from high school and stuff, so that'll be nice.
And school, well, what's going on with school?
Nothing. It's just like we're starting to now you can feel like we're starting to get closer to the end. Like, teachers are starting to get stressed.
Why?
Because they're like, we haven't covered enough. Like, you can just feel it, that they're like, they're just like moving at a quicker pace. But I mean, it's fine, whatever.
You like it?
Yeah.
There's a charge that reoccurs every month on Amex students, something that's like bar prep stuff, or is that you need that?
Or Barbary?
Yeah. No, it's.
I don't know. You'll have to tell me, because I do I've Barbary and Quimby, all these things that like are tools for school, and
That's not an issue. When I see what I have, I'll go over the stuff with you. So it's no big deal. All right, so it's exciting.
yeah,
It's all good stuff, brother. Or what else is going on in the news? Anything else? Any fun stuff? Any good things that you have planned?
Well, we talked about some fun things. The only other big story that I have, but it's like bigger, I guess. So we can I guess we can also just give our thoughts about the Columbia student. Do you know about him?
No.
Mahmoud Khalid or something, who's being deported. You don't know about this?
No.
So he's Palestinian. I don't know. I'm not 100% sure on these facts, so take it with a grain of salt, but I'm pretty sure. He's Palestinian, but grew up in Syria, because I guess his family moved to Syria. And he's been a student at Columbia for the last 2 years on a student green card. And he led a bunch of the protests that were a lot of these October 7th, pro-Hamas protests. He was a leader and organizer of these things. And I don't know exactly the details of all that stuff that he did, but the Trump administration revoked his green card, and they were you're going to be deported. And then so now he's suing the federal government, and it kind of has divided people. A lot of people are saying he should leave, and then a lot of people are this is terrible, this is racist, this is anti-American, he's just isn't America about the First Amendment? Shouldn't he be able to say what he wants to say? So that's been happening, and I don't know. I kind of
suing federal government. Very interesting.
Yeah.
So
I don't know what he's suing for, but I know there is a lawsuit. Let's see.
And does he even have standing?
Yeah, he was the one that his green card got revoked. Let's see. So this says the Justice Department is investigating whether Columbia University No, this isn't. This is a different thing. 17 hours ago, Mahmoud Khalid's wife on his detention. Khalil is a Columbia University graduate student and permanent resident of the United States who was detained by Homeland Security for his prominent roles in protests at Columbia's against Israel's war in Gaza. Khalil's case has captured the nation's attention. The Trump administration is arguing they have the right to deport him and revoke his green card without charging him with the crime under a rarely used immigration provision. That provision gives the Secretary of State the power to deport someone if they decide their presence could have potentially serious adverse foreign policy consequences for the US. Khalil's lawyers say if he's deported, the government would be acting in retribution for protected political speech. Khalil's legal fight is playing out in federal courts in New York as his days are filled with nonstop calls to and from lawyers, anxious friends and family. Blah. So that's the case, I guess. They're saying that his green card was wrongfully terminated because he wasn't charged with any crime.
Yeah, we don't know enough about the law, but look,
I guess we don't know immigration law, but my like on the one hand, I'm like, if you're not an American citizen,
it's a privilege. It's not a right, right? So
yeah,
it's a privilege.
But also like the whole in the Constitution, like due process. Like if you can't just get something revoked for no reason. Like you have due process that you can like you need to be given a reason. You need to be able to like fight for that in court. But I know that there are a lot of like national security caveats to that. Like if you are committing treason, like you due process kind of goes out the window. If you are like aiding a terrorist group, due process goes out the window. So I bet it's something like that, where it's like if they can argue he was aiding Hamas and Hamas is officially a terrorist group under US law,
right?
Then it's like, okay, he's aiding terrorism, you lose rights.
You know, it also sends a message to people that one's jumping this bandwagon, the government's going to not tolerate this shit.
But that I see, that's where I like worry about it is like, do we want the government being able to send a message to its citizens, hey, don't get behind that political group because otherwise there's going to be serious repercussions. Like that's
if it's in favor of what Hamas did, if it supports Hamas, yeah, I think that I
know, but then what about if Kamala became president and they say like because they were pro Hamas, I mean they're not pro Hamas, but let's say it evolved to where they're pro Hamas and they're like if you support Israel, you are now deemed as supporting terrorism and you're out of here. It's like I don't want that.
I agree with you. You're 100% correct. But we also we all make these fine lines and these constant analogies on the opposite way. But there is, in reality, we do know there is a right and wrong. We do know that.
Yeah, but
we do know
I
that.
Think we don't know what he was doing. Like maybe he was giving money to them. I don't know. But I think you should be able to say, I support Hamas. You shouldn't be kicked out of the country for that.
I get it. I hear you. But I also think the college should have accountability. If you ask me, that I think
that's totally different. A private university should be able to kick you out for whatever they want. But
I'm saying the university should have accountability to what they did and supported. That's where I think there should be. I think federal government funding should not be to these universities because of what they did. I think that if you send your kid to school, you should be able to send your kid to school and know it's a safe environment, not allow these whole fucking these charades and these protests and what goes on when a lot of people were on these campuses weren't even fucking students that allowed to stay on there and tent out and sleep there. So I think
the bigger issue that I have with the whole thing, I mean, the First Amendment issue really does bother me, but like, I think at the end of the day, we just have to come together as Americans and be like, we need to stop educating the world. Like, we need to only be admitting American citizens into these American universities and helping our own people and helping
I agree with that completely.
The majority of these universities are international students. And it's like that, I guess the argument is, oh, it helps us because, if they're educated in America, they become friendly to America and, they're raised on American culture and then they go back to their countries and they, America's like a second home to them. That helps us on the world stage. But it's like, we're at the point, I don't know. I just feel like we're at the point now, the current way the world is going. It's like American people are like fighting for jobs, they're fighting for education. It's like these American institutions should only be helping Americans.
Take care of your own first. Like I always said from day one, take care of our homeless, take care of our vets, take care of our people, take care of our drug problem, take care of us first, rather than the rest of the fucking world. I would say, if I'm going to do a fundraiser, I'm going to do it for Pinecrest, I'm going to do it from school in Hialeah, I'm going to do it for when my kids went to school. You take care of your own.
Yeah.
I believe in that. I've always believed in that. You know?
Yeah. It does, like a lot of people are, I don't know, I just feel very conflicted about it because I saw, maybe it was Rogan or someone tweeted something. They said like, if someone was, or they said if I was in China and I was speaking out against the Chinese government,
They cut your head off.
if I just got sent home, that would be like,
You're lucky.
I would be extremely lucky.
Right.
More likely, I would be like, I would just be disappeared and I would be rotting away. And so I mean, that is a valid argument. Like a lot of people are saying, this is terrible. This is so un-American that this person's being kicked out of the country. Like, but you know, this is a fascist government, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, most countries in the world, if you're actively protesting against their government, you're fucked. You're not just kicked
Listen,
out.
do you want if someone came into your household that didn't like the Blooms, would you want them coming to your household?
Right. And it's like, why are we letting them benefit from our system?
I'm never. Fuck that. Fuck them. No, even I have some liberal friends, I'm not gonna mention names, but I have some liberal friends that are shocking. Like they were so diehard liberal. I mean, so one way, and now they're pumped of all these fucking convicts, everyone being deported. Like that's,
Because
you
like,
know,
who's against that? Like, how could you be against
right.
sending dangerous killers away? Like, that's a good thing. That's
It's a great thing.
Yeah.
I agree. I don't
And
want to be
what's also so bad, like what was so telling about that was, you know, the first, I mean, even now, but it was especially like striking in the first couple of weeks that the police and Homeland Security and Border Patrol, like they knew exactly where all the terrible criminals were.
truly
On day
unbelievable.
one. So that means
Yeah.
that they knew beforehand, but they weren't
Right.
going to do anything. They just let them stay.
Well, that's Biden. They let them stay and they put them there probably. It's absurd.
But then it's like, oh my God, our government is our enemy. I mean, I've always like the government is the enemy, but it's like they were actively seeking to harm American society because they knew where these criminals were and they let them be there.
Well, we know that what you said when we started with the space station, with the not letting these people come home.
But that's like your liberal friends, you know, it's like that's something where you just look around and you're like, how can you be like, it's just so telling.
Blatant. It's so blatant, yeah. But there's no question that the Biden administration, Kamala, Nancy Pelosi, all these fucking assholes, they did what's strictly for the benefit of themselves rather than for the benefit of the people. They would harm our people, destroy our country for their own fucking benefit. And we look at Hunter Biden, what a fucking loser. Okay.
Trump literally like an hour ago, I saw on Twitter, pulled Hunter Biden's Secret Service detail. He denied him Secret Service protection.
Why should Hunter Biden have any citizenship? But fuck him.
I think the whole families usually get it. I don't know. I don't know how that works.
Look, didn't fucking Biden not give enough people to protect Trump when he was running for office?
And he removed RFK's detail fully.
Correct.
A single protection.
I said, fuck him. And Hunter Biden's fucking.
Trump tweeted 2 or 3 days ago. I don't remember the exact tweet, but the gist was he was like, the phony pardons of Biden's family and Fauci like aren't going to hold up. So I wonder like what's going to come from that. If he's tweeting about that, then that means he has something in the works that like he's trying to convict them of something probably.
Which would be great because fucking Fauci is probably the largest mass murderer there is that we've ever known.
And RFK wrote the whole book on Fauci and all this crime. So like, and now RFK is in power. If RFK can like find, you know, he has all of those files now, right? He has not like the NIH files,
full access,
files. Like if he can see all those emails and everything about all that corruption, he can like, and he's also a lawyer. Like he can build a case.
And brilliant.
He can literally build the case.
Listen, fuck Hunter Biden, fuck Pelosi. I can't stand it. Why is she still even in the Congress? Is she in Congress?
Getting voted in.
What is her position?
She's in the House of Representatives for New York, I think.
Ugh.
Some district in New York.
Can't stand her. Fucking look at her. I can't fucking stand her.
She's been around forever. There's pictures of her with JFK. Like she's been in politics forever.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. And they're worth hundreds and hundreds of millions and make $200,000 a year.
Yeah, their salary's like $180,000 a year.
And she has hundreds of millions.
Right. And she
How is
didn't,
that possible?
and her parents didn't have those. Like that's where
How is that possible?
like it's one thing like, you know, the Kennedys nowadays have money, the Bushes, but like they're born into money. But if a politician comes from no money and all of a sudden after 8 years in Congress, they're now worth 75 million, it's like that doesn't happen.
Right, and 75 million would be low.
Yeah, true. But even that,
shocking.
like, because all of the congressmen are doing that. They're coming in and they're worth, just like the average American, and then they're making a $200,000 salary, and then they come out and their net worth is 110 million. It's like that. They're not that good of investors. Like they're just not.
No, it's so much fraud.
Yeah,
it's fraud. It's shocking how much fraud there is. Crazy. Yeah. All right, Bronny Boo, I gotta go prep. I love you.
Love you too.
Hopefully I'll see you soon.
Yeah. Maybe Hannah is leaving Sunday.
Where's she going?
She's going to LA, and then because she has a bachelorette party. She has her bachelorette party and then another bachelorette party. And then mom's going on Sunday too, right? Or did you not know that?
Oh, mom goes Sunday. How long's Hannah gone for?
2 weeks?
No.
A week?
I'm going for a week. I come back when you come back from your bachelor.
Okay, a week. And then, so maybe I'm going to drop her off at the airport on Sunday evening. So maybe I'll come up for dinner Sunday with you.
Okay. That'd be great. I'm around.
Okay.
All righty. All right. Love you.
All right. Love you too.
Bye, everybody. Bye, Brian.
Bye.
Bye, Hannah.
You're joking, right?
Well, I'm trying to be hopeful. I'm trying to be optimistic about that.
Well, I guess you're too young to be a little pessimistic like me. The fucking things I see out there, people are stupid.